Welcome to the Chlorine King Podcast, where your host, Eric Taylor, will discuss tips for the do-it-yourselfer, answer listeners' questions, conduct product reviews, and host special guests from the pool industry. Grab your swimsuits and let's dive in.
Hey guys, Chlorine King here. Welcome back for another episode of the Chlorine King Podcast. I'm excited to be back on the mic and sharing information with you guys to help your business grow and succeed. Tonight's topic is going to be very exciting from the standpoint of making your business grow, and that is the top 5 ways, at least my top 5 ways, to make your business succeed. Now, these aren't going to be things you find in the dictionary, an encyclopedia, or Wikipedia, or whatever, but these are the things that I've personally experienced to make my business grow and actually become one of the more successful companies in my area. But before we do that, let's go ahead and recognize our sponsor for this episode. That's Riptide Vacuum Systems. I use their system. I've owned all of them, and I really, really love the Riptide Vacuum System. They got the bags that don't blow off. They got a super powerful motor. They have the hitch that will not launch your cart down the highway if you're driving on the interstate like some other manufacturers have experienced. And they're constantly innovating their products and just making the best possible, and I'm very happy to be associated with them. Check them out at riptidevac.com and let them know the King sent you. So before we get into the main topic tonight, we always answer one of our listeners' questions, and this question actually came from one of my patrons, Carl. He had messaged me earlier this week and asked, Eric, I got this StayRite Maxi Pro pump that is dead, and I want to replace it in IntelliFlow. Will it work? And I told him, yes, it will work, but there are better options. He said, well, what do you mean? I said the StayRite, the Maxi Pro pump, has a union that connects the plumbing to the pump, and the IntelliFlow doesn't. So I told him you'd have to cut things out and replumb all the unions in and all that stuff. And I always recommend unions when you're installing a new pump. Or you could go with the IntelliPro pump, which is use the exact same housing as the StayRite pump, the Maxi Pro pump that is dead, uses the same exact unions and be a much simpler install and still give that same Pentair pump just in a different body basically, because they're sister companies and it's the exact same technology, just different look and all that fun stuff. So hopefully that answers your question, Carl. And if you guys have any questions about pumps and all that stuff, definitely send me a message and I'll be happy to help. Now, speaking of Patron, I need one more one of you guys to sign up, because once that happens, I'm going to be doing a swag giveaway, and I'm really looking forward to doing that. I'll record the drawing on my YouTube channel, and whoever the lucky winner is will definitely get some cool swag from me. So head on over to patreon.com/ChlorineKing and sign up, get some great advice, some great coaching, be added to my private group where you can ask questions whenever you need it, and just elevate this industry as a whole. That's my main goal of everything. So let's go ahead and roll into the main topic for tonight. Moving on to the main topic tonight, the top 5 ways of how to be successful in the pool business is something that I've compiled just through experience throughout the years, and I'm really excited to share them with you. So let's go ahead and dive into it. The very first way to be successful is to be visible and be professional. And now you guys are probably thinking, well, duh, of course you got to be visible. Yeah, well, you'd be surprised how many pool trucks I see driving down the road that have no markage on them, no phone number, no nothing. You just see a pole hanging out the back. You're like, okay, that's the pool guy, but I don't know how to get a hold of him. If you want to increase your phone calls, put your name, preferably a logo, and put your phone number on your vehicle. You're in your vehicle most of the day. Anytime it's parked or anything like that, you're being visible. Don't be visible without identification. It's the best way to get business organically, just from driving your truck around that you're already doing anyways. The next thing you can do is wear uniforms. Now, this might sound silly, but it's a step in the professional realm that a lot of companies don't do. You'll see service people, in flip-flops, board shorts, and like a tank top with no markage on them or anything. It's all about showing who you are and what you're there for. So being identified via uniform is another great way to make sure that you're successful, because that shows that you're a professional company, you're going to do things right. Set yourself apart. that will guarantee that you become successful. So one thing that I like to do when I'm servicing pools, if it's trash day and their trash can sitting out of the street has already been emptied, I'll walk it back to their house and I'll put a note in the reporting system saying, hey, I brought your trash can up, or stuff like that, or I coiled your hose up, or just whatever the case is. Anything you can do extra and let them know about that shows that you really care about their property and you really care about them as a person and you appreciate their business. And that will set yourself apart, and that will get you more organic referrals from your existing clientele. See how that all works? Point number 2 of how to be successful in the pool business: answer the phone. You'd be surprised how many times I pick up a call and I get the response I get is, oh my gosh, you actually picked up the phone. I called 11 companies today and you were the first one to pick up the phone. I'm really blown away by that. I don't understand how, if you're wanting your business to grow, something as simple as picking up the phone is one of the surest ways to do that, but people don't seem to want to do that. So pick up the phone. One thing you can do too is a nice touch, again, to set yourself apart, to tie into number 1, program their phone number and their name in the phone. So when they do call, you can say, hey, Mrs. Jones, how are you doing today? Or, hey, Ralph, how are you doing today? People I've gotten a lot of good feedback from that. Like, wow, how'd you know it was me? Because I programmed you in my phone. That way I can address you on a first name basis. That's a nice touch that goes a long way in addition to answering the phone. So that's 2 of the 5. The next one, step number 3 for being successful in the pool business, is don't underprice yourself. Now, what do you mean by that? Well, everyone is all about pricing these days, it seems. They want the cheapest, but they want the best. So if you're not familiar with how everything works, you're going to go and say, I'm going to just beat everyone's prices. I'm going to go in there and be at $50 a month. I'm going to get a ton of accounts based off that. Well, the problem, the fallacy with that is you're not going to be in business long enough to actually keep the business going because you're not going to be making anything. So what I mean by that, one thing I always tell everybody is I'd rather do 50 accounts at $200 a month than 150 accounts at $50 a month. You're going to be doing a lot less work, working smarter, not harder. You're going to be doing much more quality work, which is very important. More importantly, the clients can see that and they're going to be more apt and more comfortable paying a higher rate than other people around because they do see the quality in your work, because you're not there for 5 minutes because you got 30 other pools to do that day. When you underprice yourself, you can start cutting corners, not brushing the pool every time, or not vacuuming, or not emptying the baskets, or any other of the myriad of things you guys have to do while you're servicing the pool. And, the clients could see that. If they have a camera system, they'd be like, oh, so, Billy Bob didn't brush the pool today. That could start adding up to where the client gets so fed up, they just decide to go ahead and just terminate the relationship and, find someone else that's going to do the work. So make sure you're not the cheapest company. Don't underprice your value, because that's all going to be included in making yourself successful. And on top of that, you want to make sure you have a business savings, and there's no way you can do that by being the cheapest guy in town and working around the clock and not making money. You're not going to build a savings. So, don't underprice yourself. To go along with what we talked about just a second about cutting corners, number 4 is don't cut corners. Don't say, oh man, I got another 10 pools a day. If I just cut this corner here and not brush this pool, no one's going to know. One thing I always tell my employees is always pretend you're being watched or you're on camera. That way, you make sure that you're doing the full service. And if someone is seeing you that you are doing the full service, they might appreciate that more and say, wow, this guy's really doing hard work. I'm going to start referring him out. So that's very important to not cut corners. And this is the best piece of advice I was given when I first started the business, because there's just so many people out there that want to cut corners and it's all about trying to make a quick dollar, that they often let their business go by the wayside because they're constantly skipping corners and nobody wants their service. One of the things I've noticed, one of the ways I gain a lot of accounts is by going to an estimate and them telling me that their previous company was cutting so many corners that they didn't even know what they're paying for anymore. So again, the better service you provide, the more successful you're going to be. No doubt about that. people not clean the filters, they could not balance the water properly. I had one account one time that literally said they watched their previous company on the camera walk through one gate, walk past the pool, and walk out the other gate just enough time to log his GPS as a stop, and didn't do anything in regards to the pool. That is just not fair to anybody. That's not fair to the company. That's not fair to the client. And it's just all around, it's a fraud. So just make sure you're not cutting corners, do a quality service each and every time. Step number 5 for being successful in the pool business is being consistent. And what do I mean by that? That means basically showing up when you say you will, and do everything you can to service the pool on the same day and the same part of the day if you can too. If you decide to start doing a pool on Tuesday mornings, try to make Tuesday morning very consistent, and they can count on that. Because guess what? They have dogs, they have other plans to sometimes plan around you showing up. That the lawn company people, for instance, I ran into that recently where one of my clients, we started coming a little earlier, and he didn't like that because we came before his lawn company versus after. And so we weren't able there to clean up the mess after the lawn company, which they should be cleaning their pool up if they're creating a mess in it anyways, but that's another story. So you just want to be consistent as much as possible, and just do not change days on people. People hate change by nature. So if you're there one week on Monday, the next week Friday, the next week Wednesday, it's inconsistent, and it's going to be harder for you to keep balance of the pool, because the pool's going to go longer in between visits some days, and some days too short, and so it's best to be as consistent as possible when you're servicing the pool. So that's a quick down and dirty top 5 reasons or ways to be successful in the pool business. I hope it's expanded your guys' mind a little bit and made you guys think about a little more about how to be more successful in the pool business. So stay tuned for our next episode, and looking forward to sharing more information with you guys in the future. And if you have any questions whatsoever, don't hesitate to reach out. You can follow me on Instagram at Chlorine King Pools, or message us on Facebook, and any other way, don't hesitate to reach out. We'll get around to you and help you when we can. So thanks as always, and we'll see you next episode.
That's all for tonight, and thanks for tuning in. Please send any comments or ideas, how-to and guest appearance requests, and product review suggestions to eric@chlorinekingpools.com. Remember, if life piddles in your pool of dreams, just add some chlorine and keep swimming. See you next time.